Well, Dave, a frustrating night for you tonight?
Yeah, frustrating result. I think it was always going to be pretty frustrating because you want to try and play the game in a certain way, and tonight both teams weren't allowed to play the game in the way that they want to. So I think prior to the game I've prepared myself that this could be not pretty, but ultimately it's more frustrating the fact that if it's not pretty, it's not pretty, but you want to try and go away with 3 points, and we've not done that through our own downfall, really. We talk about controllables, and especially when tonight and today in the pitch is like it is. This is a set piece league, and set pieces are massively important, even more so tonight, and we've given ourselves not a mountain to climb, but conceding in the manner we did was really disappointing, and ultimately it's cost us 2 points.
Terrible time to concede as well, but what a great time and a great reaction from your players in the second half. You'd be pleased with that.
Yeah, I thought you can analyse and overanalyse goals, and we're going to say that our goal the goal we conceded was terrible, but the goal we scored was great, and they potentially say that, oh yeah, we've worked on that corner and their goal was great, but we need to defend ours better. That's always going to be the case, but good bit of play on, like I say, on a difficult surface. We switched the ball one side to the other. Great bit of interplay between Will and Watts, and a good finishing. As you say, at the timing of it gave us momentum with 47 minutes to go and win that game. Again, I thought we lost momentum after we scored. I thought for 10 minutes the game became a little bit what the pitch was. The ball spent too long off the pitch. We gave away, I say, cheap fouls. The game was full of fouls. I think as much as it can be said that we're trying to raise the bar in terms of free kicks, I lost count of how many free kicks there was. The referee's whistle seemed to be blowing all the time, and that took the momentum out of the game for us, which was disappointing because we had all of our fans in the game at that point, and saw it as an opportunity to kick on.
Was that a bit of a risk to you? There was nearly 2,500 county fans here. Was some of your players perhaps playing the occasion rather than the game tonight as well? It was that first 20 minutes.
No,
or so.
I don't think so. Listen, you've got to be careful what you say, because listen, this was always going to be a pitch where you had to do the basics well. Sometimes when you say that, players see the basic or doing the basics well as kicking the ball as far as they can. There was still opportunities to pass the ball. We showed that in the warm up. We just didn't start well enough. Didn't get close to people. Didn't pass the ball. We made opportunities. Yes, we knew that we were going to have to play forward, but playing forward does not mean you have to play forward 40, 50 yards. You can still play forward 5 or 10 yards. Campsey tended to try and do the job that I don't want him to do in terms of running forward. I thought we could have more control, especially because over that side in the first half with Challinor, he was going to give us the, I suppose, stretch the game. The pitch is better over that side than this side. I thought we could have switched the ball more, which we didn't. So nothing to do with the occasion. To be fair, I thought we just had that size. I was pretty surprised when we scored and that lot jumped up as well. So our support was amazing. To come here, regardless of distance, night, cold, warm, to have those two sides sold out was amazing, and support they give us was brilliant.
You mentioned Callum Camps there, Chris Hussey as well. Important to get minutes into their legs, wasn't it, as well tonight? Yeah,
definitely.
They need again.
Like I say, especially with Miles and Ryan, played a lot of football. Both will be frustrated not to play. They give us different things. So Huss and Campsey certainly give us more control in terms of how they play. Both good players. Let's be very clear. We're bringing in two players that have played a lot of football, most of the football at League One level. Maybe not the pitch that shows that, or you can get to see that tonight, but both, like I say, important players for us, and we're in a spell of a lot of games. Crewe come into this game, I've not played for 10 or 14 days, and we're on the back of a long trip to Wimbledon. It'll be the same on Saturday, and our game is about intensity, is about front foot playing, and in order to do that, we've got to have players on the pitch that can provide that, and also give us the opportunity to, I suppose, look after the ball and try and use that intensity when we may be out of possession.
I'm sure it's frustrating as well for you when you turn to your bench and there's no Tanto because he's not quite up to speed yet. Jack is on the bench but isn't quite ready yet. But Aaron Rowe's come in now as well from Huddersfield, so he gives you another dimension, because at the minute the loans you brought in and the new signings you brought in, they can't really make that impact.
They can't. Again, it was to be fair, Tanto's done his return to training session today, so he'll be back in with us Thursday, so he's still a little bit away and we've got to work with that. But Sauce and Fraser out on the grass on yesterday. When you look across, you think you've got them three out of your team. It has a big impact. 3 massive players for us, and we'll be moving forward. But Aaron coming in, like I say, will provide a different dimension in terms of what he brings in different areas of the pitch, so he can play either side. We think he'll be able to do a job, certainly as a wing back, but an attacking one, and would be able to play in midfield for us and break into those wide areas. So looking forward to working with him. He's been out for or just back training from an ankle, so not played a game for 3 weeks. He's done a little bit this afternoon, late afternoon, and looked really good in terms of his fitness. So we need to get some information off Huddersfield, and hopefully he'll be good to go at the weekend.
Are you worried at all, David? A sort of sluggish start, if you like, to the new year, 1 win in 5, a little bit of a rut perhaps. Are you concerned in the slightest?
No. Listen, you have peaks and troughs. This league, you have to get used to that. There are no gimmies. I'm a true believer there's not much between the sides that are at the top in first, second and third, and the sides that are 15th, 16th, 17th.
Tranmere proved.
Yeah, it's easy to look at football on paper. Football's not played on paper. It's on a given day. There are many variables, and there'll be ups and downs. Hence why, as frustrating as it is, whether you judge on, you can look at stats and go, we've 1 win in 5, or you go further back and go, it's 10 wins in 15, or whatever it might be. It makes no difference. We've played 24 or 25 games. We're sat where we are. When we've played 46 games, we'll then be able to look back and I suppose either in frustration and go, well, we could have got a point there, or we didn't have a good one there. It will be judged at the end of the season, and I think we try as best as possible to keep level around where we are. Of course, we wanted to come here and win. We can't do that, so we have to move on to Saturday now. Again, probably another close to a sellout crowd on a pitch that should help us in terms of what we do. We need to be better at it, and that's where we feel we need to improve. Another brilliant atmosphere. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we can pick up 3 points today. Today and the last couple of games are then forgotten about when we move on.
You mentioned Tranmere at the weekend. What have you made of them? Because they were on a great run, weren't they, till the autumn, and then a bit of a slump really since then. 3 wins in 15, but that win against Leyton Orient is really eye-catching. Gives Mickey Mellon a huge lift coming into this one, and a game that we're all looking forward to. You know a lot of the guys at Tranmere. I think the goalkeeper you probably played with, Joe Murphy.
Yeah.
So a lot of friends and people
absolutely.
you know well.
Yeah, always, like I say, always special to go back there and to have them come to our place. I think they've sold out their ends, so it'll be a great atmosphere. As you say, shows what the league is. They're a great start. Then slipped off a little bit. There are things out of your control, whether it be like injuries, loss of form. There can be things that really affect the team. But the result on Saturday, like I say, shows what can happen. They've beaten the league leaders, and will come to our place looking to, I suppose, pick up another 3 points. We've just got to, like I say, take care of us and be better versions of ourselves. Even then, if we can't win the game, or we don't win a game, but we control lots of us, and we are good. Sometimes things don't go your way or the way you want them to, and we've just got to do everything we can to make sure that is the case. And like I say, if we are in a little bit of a rut, get out of it as quickly as possible and get 3 points on the board.
Just finally, David, it's the end of the transfer window, and we know Conor Jennings is on his way out of the club, back up to your old club, back up to Hartlepool, and I'm sure he'd be delighted to get that move, because he'll play some football there, I think, won't he? And just a quick word on Conor.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity for Conor. Obviously, he went out and played some games at Altrincham. I've spoken to Anthony Sweeney about him, and he mentioned that they were potentially interested. For Conor, listen, for him, being out of contract at the end of the season, he's now got 4 months to go and play League Two football, show what he can do, and put himself in the shop window for in the contract, whether it be there or whether it be elsewhere next year. When I came into the club, he was just coming back from a serious operation for cancer, and I suppose the highlight for me will be being able to get him back out on the pitch. I think the game, I think it was Kings Lynn. It was Kings Lynn at home where he came off the bench and scored at the Cheadle end. That'll be something that'll, like I say, live with me forever, and I'm sure it'll live with him. He goes there with our absolute best wishes. I'm sure he won't be a stranger. JJ's obviously still at the club. He's a massively important member of our squad that has gone through everything in the past few years, and we all wish him all the best. And like I say, I'm sure he'll do really, really well up there. And there's still plenty of life left in him, and hopefully he can go and bang some goals in. As I say, we're not at Hartlepool as much as we wanted to go there and win. For me, I don't want to see the work that we did and the work a lot of people did up there go to waste, and hopefully they can get out the mess that they're in, and Connor can play a big part in that.
Well said, Dave. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
John, thank you.